They be like, what it be like? Like, you already know what it is. It's your boy Calvin Light with the fights. Today we're talking about the headliner, the main event for UFC 245. The Unstoppable Force meets the Unmovable Object. Who's who? You really can't tell the difference from the outside. But these two guys, Kamaru Usman, Kobe Covington, what's going to happen? Let's talk about it. So, today, what I want to talk about is my breakdown on Kobe versus Kamaru. These two dudes are very similar, but they have different. Uh, they have pretty much the same tools, but they use them in different manners. Now, before we get into the X's and O's, what I want to talk about is about 15 hours ago, the media interviews were done, media day, and I'm gonna put down here a screenshot. 15 hours ago, now it's about 9 a.m. on Friday. So the weigh-ins, hopefully, everybody make weight. But I'll be going down. But the videos went up on YouTube about 15 hours ago. And my boy Kamaru video was 11 minutes long. The media asked him all these questions about him. Not about him, but about Kobe, right? Kobe Covington, his opponent, and how it's going to affect the pressure. Um, and Kamaru's been forced to have this conversation about all the times that he was signed that agreed to fight Kobe, right? Video was 11 minutes and some change. Got 11,000 views. 11,000, right? Flip side, Kobe. Their videos went up within minutes of each other. Kobe's interview was almost 40 minutes long. 4 times the length, okay? And he's sitting around 140,000 views. I don't think you get that. That's over 10 times the views. About 14 times, 13 times the views. And what this is saying, in my opinion, is that Kobe's shtick is working. People are interested. They haven't really been back and forth during fight week so far. The lead up has pretty much been, I'm gonna beat your tail, I'm gonna beat your tail. Your fate. Let's get it. That's really all it's been. And truth be told, to me personally, this is taking me back to the days of when I first started watching MMA. Back when we had the Chuck Liddells, the Keith Jardines of the world, that skill-wise weren't on that same level that guys are on today. But these cats was about slanging and banging. Let's get it, right? And a lot of people forget about my boy Keith Jardine, man. Because on his way out, I mean, he caught a lot of L's, but he was the heat, man, for a long time. Man, he always put on exciting fights, and whenever they came head to head, whoever it was, boom, drastic destruction, blood, guts, and all that. Now the bloodlust has kind of dwindled down a little bit, and we have stepped into the entertainment era. And now the entertainment era is kind of drifting away due to the way the UFC has structured their deals. I'm fine with that. Don't really care. I'm entertained anyway. I like watching fights. I like the athleticism. I like the combatants. I like the natural personalities. I like people that, I mean, they're just them. They're cats that just come from a rugged background or just really like to compete, and they throw down. Kobe versus Kamaru. This fight is really the way I said it: unstoppable force, unmovable object. These guys have the same tools in their tool shed, right? They're both world class athletes when it comes to the game of wrestling. They both have the exact same record, 15-1. And they're heavy duty wrestling heavy grinders, right? Kamaru more so on the grinding aspect, ground and pound. Kobe more on the aspect of pressure, threaten to take down, threat of the hands, up, down, bring you down to the ground, make you drain you drain your own energy. His striking is pretty darn good. Kobe's is. The way what he did to Robbie Lawler, I think it really opened up a lot of eyes. It did for me personally. I always thought Kobe was pretty good. Feel like he just had to do what he had to do. He didn't quit. My boy, he just, hey, he got to do what he got to do. I can't hate on the man. Yeah, it seems a little generic, a little disingenuous, I say, but it's just, hey man, what can I say? I used to be heavy WWE guy. I love characters, man, and even a-hole characters. I mean, hey, I don't have to know or like this guy personally. I just like watching his fights. Um, and as a person, you don't really know who that guy is. Just for years, a lot of people looked at Stone Cold Steve Austin like, oh my God, he was the worst guy ever. Oh, but he's great. He's great in the ring. But you didn't know how he was in person. You know what I mean? And now with the way podcasts are, whenever people you hear genuine conversations from folks, man, and you really get to know who they are as individuals outside of the fight game, outside of the industry, so to speak. But not to defend Kobe or anything he ever said, because I mean, hey, sometimes people say some effed up crap. But I feel like a lot of people are talking about the pressure that Kamaru has to deal with, same pressure in a sense that Tyron would have dealt with if he had to fight Kobe. Because you don't want to lose to this man. All the crap that he's taught, all the things that he said, if you lose to him, bro, you kicked out of the hood. You cannot go to the barbershop. Everybody is roasting my boy Kamaru in the comment section about my man's hairline, about how he was on Embedded getting a haircut. Never do it again, brother. But skill wise, you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose to. You don't want to take Kobe lightly. The man can fight. Same thing can be said about Kamaru. Why? Because Tyron took him lightly. Tyron was more happy that the L that he took came by the hands of Kamaru and not Kobe, because he never would have been able to live that down. A lot of people are saying the same thing about Kamaru and Kobe, that the pressure is on, that Kobe's in his head. But there's a lot of things to be said about the pressure that Kobe's putting on himself, because now everything that he has done has put him in this position where he has to win. If he does not win, all this was for naught. It was for nothing. So he's kind of forced. If you notice, he's been pivoting for, a lot of people say this last week, but he started pivoting a while back Food Truck Diary with Brendan Shaw. He was talking about, he almost got cut, and the reason that he came up with the stick. I mean, Joe Rogan been ousting my man for the longest, instead of just letting the character be the character. But truth be told, he's here now. If he loses this fight, he could be cut. He could be blackballed until he fights his contract out and UFC kicks him to the curb. The relationship hasn't been that great. He's in a tough spot. And Kamaru, like I said, yes, he has pressure on him, but that's outside pressure. Kobe's is inside. What's that gonna do? Who's gonna have the edge mentally? I don't know. But with the pressure being internally for Kobe, he may be more susceptible to being broken. And because both of them are grounded, both of them like breaking their opponents. They both like dominate. They both like beating the crap out of people till there's no argument on the winner. And truth be told, I don't know. Nobody knows. That's the beautiful thing about the fight game. A lot of people make these videos. A lot of people like Chael Sonnen. Everybody talks about who's going to win, Exodus up. But truth is, nobody knows. I like Luke Thompson's breakdowns, because Luke tell you, hey, we'll see the fight after a while, but this is, not just my. This is just my input, what I think. Not saying that this is everything, but this is just what I'm looking at. Uh, this is gonna be a crazy fight. I feel like everybody's expecting a 5 round back and forth war, right? I'm not. I'm expecting this. Both of these guys are not finishers. They're not finishers. It's not jiu-jitsu that finishes. It's not the knockout that finishes. I think both of them may have 2 knockouts on their record, but primarily they're grinders. They grind people out and win decisions by moving forward. I feel like the only fight where that either one of them have had that's going to be similar to this fight is Kamaru versus Leon Edwards, because Leon Edwards, he that whenever they rematch, that's gonna be a crazy damn fight, because at that point in time in Leon Edwards' career, the striking that Kobe's got, Leon was rocking at the end. I think the only thing that negated that Kamaru used to, I ain't even gonna say break him, but to beat him, was the fact, excuse me, was the takedowns. And, excuse me, was the takedowns. So, truth be told, the takedown, like moving forward, he moves forward, he moves forward. The takedowns force Leon to fall back and lose balance, fighting off his back of his foot, get taken down, and then ground and pounded, or getting past, losing position, not being in a dominant position. With the judges, I mean, what you gonna do? Now, Kobe moves forward as well. He threats to take down. With Robbie Lawler, he did a lot of diving for the legs in a sense. He wasn't really setting up his takedowns, but with his striking prowess, man, he was salt and peppering up Robbie so bad that he couldn't even see the takedowns coming from a mile away, and he was getting taken down at will. And Robbie has great takedown defense, but he is not on the level of grappling as Kamaru. Kamaru's gonna come forward. Kamaru's gonna pressure. He's gonna throw hands. He's gonna throw elbows. He's gonna kick. He's got a little bit more power. He puts a little more crank on his hands and a little more aggression on his elbows. Kobe, he's a volume striker. So, and I heard Kobe say in an interview that his striking coach has been helping him get the swing in from the hips a little more, putting a little behind it. So I'm expecting both men, if they do what they normally do, I expect them to come forward, and keep coming forward until somebody backs the hell up. And whoever backs up is going to be that's going to be first signs of who's going to get broke, because they're not going to be able to deal with the power or the pressure of the other fighter, and they're going to go down. Once they're down, takedowns, it's going to become a grappling match. And then we're going to see who's the best grappler. Who's the best wrestlers, flat out. This ain't about jiu-jitsu. This is about who's going to take control, who's going to take position, and who's going to dominate the other man. Now, if it doesn't go to the ground and they literally move forward with pressure, with grinding, somebody's going to get knocked out. Kind of like how Adesanya, he allows his opponents to come to him, and as they pressure him, he catches them on the way in, and they go out. And people say, oh my God, he doesn't have knockout power, but his precision, his timing. And if Kobe hits Kamaru coming in, he's going to sleep. If Kamaru hits Kobe coming in, he's going to sleep. That's just how this thing works. And I'm telling you, this is not popular. A lot of y'all probably in the comments said you're going to say this was the dumbest damn breakdown ever. But me personally, I think somebody's going to get knocked out in the first 2 rounds. That's where I'm going. And it's going to be surprising because neither one of these guys are finishers. And I feel like if Kobe If Kobe isn't mentally there and he feels the pressure and he comes in just striking relentlessly and he gets caught with the mid range power that Kamaru got, he's going to sleep. And I feel like if Kamaru does the exact same and he gets frustrated or he comes in emotional, same thing. Kobe, Kamaru, my pick. I don't know, man. If there was ever a 50-50 fight, this is it. This is it. Both of them are saying that the other one can't see him, they ain't on the level, but truth is, I feel like in an alternate world, alternate reality, these cats could have been best friends. They legit could have been teammates, uh, training partners for each other. Uh, I have no freaking idea. I really want to see Kamaru win because if Kamaru wins, we could see Kamaru versus Leon Edwards rematch, and that's the heat. That's a fight that I want to see. A lot of people ain't on Leon Edwards, but I want to see that fight. And he says that he can take Kamaru now. He knows for a fact that he can dominate that man. But on the flip side, hell, if Kobe wins, we can see him versus Masvidal. Who don't want to see that fight? Let's be real. Um, hey man, the welterweight division is on fire. Don't care about Connor. Trash that man. Don't care about Cerrone. They can go back down to lightweight, man. I ain't tripping on. We ain't really tripping on them down there neither. But I'm gonna go with Kamaru. My heart. I want to see my man continue to be successful. I want to see him dominate, especially after what he did to my boy Tyrod. Because I was going for Tyrod Willie, man. Um, I want to see Kamaru get it done. Please just have composure. Do your thing. Quick picks for the main card. Uriah Faber versus Peter Young. I think Peter Young gonna get him because, yeah, a lot of people don't want to see it, but Uriah Faber almost got his ass knocked out by Ricky Simone, flat out. And if he come in there with that bull crap, he's gonna get put. He's gonna get put down because Peter Young is a counter puncher and he's got damn good power. Uriah don't want that work. Um, what's the other fight on the main card? Don't really remember. It seemed like there's another one before the title fights. Uh, feature fight Amanda Nunes versus Jermaine Durandame. Uh, I'm gonna go the unpopular route. I'm gonna pick Jermaine just for the simple fact that she is the super underdog in this. I love her personality. I love her energy. I love her positivity. Yes, she could get her ass knocked out early. She could get hurt. She can get taken down. She can get grinded out. She can get submitted, jiu-jitsu. And I mean, Amanda could really beat her everywhere. But I love her energy, man. I support her. A lot of people threw a lot of hate at her way. But I'm gonna pick Jermaine just for the simple fact she's a super underdog. And if she wins, I look like a freaking genius. But but nah, I'm picking Jermaine. Uh, Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski. Uh, I know I jacked his name up. I think I did pretty decent. But I'm picking Max. Max, he is the featherweight GOAT. He's the best in the division. I feel like the only thing that Alexander could do is if he mixes up, because he's come from the same camp as Adesanya, if he mixes up those feints and those reads and he has the IQ that Adesanya has, woo, but he doesn't have the physical attributes. I don't know. He actually has more reach. He has great power on the inside, and if Max stands with his hands down like he normally does, and his chin's up high, and he's caught by somebody with the power of Alexander, he's going to sleep. But I'm gonna pick Max because Max, he seems to find a way to win, man. He really does. He's a great game planner. He comes from a great camp, and I want to see him assert his dominance in the featherweight division, and move on a couple more title defenses, and then be serious about moving up, not just not cutting as much weight, but actually packing on muscle and going to lightweight. I want to see him in 155 with the adequate attributes of power and strength to move up. And that's it. So, Kamaru, Max, Jermaine, Peter Young. I swear this seems like there's another fight. But hey, yeah, there's another fight. I just can't remember, man. I'm sorry, whoever's on that fight. I mean, my bad. But that's the picks. That's light with the fights. Movable force, stoppable object. Let's see who wins. That's why we like the fights, because we actually get to see what's gonna happen firsthand. Till next time, be blessed, be encouraged. Get the pay-per-view, watch it, enjoy it. Comment below, and if you talk trash down below, I don't care. I'm trash you back. Till next time, we out. Yeah.